Kitco News is wrapping up its coverage at the Vancouver Cambridge House Show, and joining me now is Paul Burton of GFMS. Nice to see you again, Paul.
Thanks, Daniela. Good to be here in sunny skies and in the middle of the Stanley Cup.
Absolutely. Paul, I think your discussion was on something that our viewers are very much interested in. And the question is, with gold doing so well, how come gold stocks are not corresponding?
Yeah, it's a perplexing and rather anxious situation for a lot of investors. Gold price has been up 11% this year, and gold stocks, as determined by the FTSE Gold Mine Index, which is an index of the largest gold producers who produce over 300,000 ounces a year, has actually gone down 5%, so it's counterintuitive. I'm not sure, I don't think anybody knows exactly what's going on, but some of the reasons I think this is happening is certainly we've seen money going into gold itself and that's propelled the gold price, of course, rather than gold stocks, and a lot of that derives out of the Far East, so in the Indian subcontinent. So we've seen in India a lot of buying in investment, not just jewelry, but investment. We've seen in China a lot of inflation buying. Inflation hedge buying of gold, and of course a lot of the on the Shanghai Futures Exchange there's been increased levels of throughput there. So there they don't have the avenues for buying gold stocks, so they're buying physical metal or the futures there, so they're investing in the metal. So that's gone up a lot. So I don't think that money has been available to the gold sector. I think a lot of the silver has taken a lot of money away from the gold sector. I think the majors have suffered because they just haven't been adding enough value. And I showed one graph of one company that really over the last 5 years has grown reserves, but not on a per share basis. And that's one of the key metrics that we should be looking at these days. Some of the smaller companies, some of the intermediates and smaller gold producers have actually done quite well and been getting some investment following. But generally the picture is one of going against the gold price, and as I said, it's counterintuitive and it's very strange that leverage to the gold price seems to have disappeared, and you can chart that right back to the exact moment in October 2008 when the economic liquidity crisis hit. You can see that the gold stocks actually fell much further than the gold price at the time. The gold price recovered, as we know, has risen to new highs, but a lot of the gold stocks have recovered, but still not above the gold price where we expect to see them, or we expect for the most of this bull run. So it's a rather analogous situation, but I think we will probably see a return to the situation where that leverage will come back and we'll start to see greater movement in gold stocks than in the gold price.
But people are not viewing gold stocks as a hedge as they do physical bullion in times of uncertainty?
Yeah, I think that's right, and I think also there may be some uncertainty about where the gold price is going. And if we buy a gold stock now, then the gold price comes off, then our gold stock is going to go down even further, and faster than the gold price. So I think there's going to be a lot of sitting and on the fence at the moment. And I think in the next few months, over the summer period in the northern hemisphere, I think we're in a great buying opportunity. I think over the next few months, investors can sit back, have a good look at some of these companies that are really undervalued and represent. I showed some comparative figures for enterprise value per ounce in the ground, and there's some very, very good buys there at the moment. But I think there's no rush. I think we'll probably see a softening of the gold price over the summer period, and then traditionally as we go into Q3 to the September period, when in India we start to see the big wedding season, the buying season, I think we'll see the gold price going up again, and I think then gold stocks will recover and start to outperform the gold price.
But what I find interesting is, gold stocks are not doing well, but as you mentioned, there's this rush of investment, especially in the junior mining sector.
I think over the last 2 to 3 years, you've seen a lot of fundraisings through junior companies. I think a lot of that has dried up recently. I don't think we're seeing as much as we did even last year, and I think that's a bit of a concern. That's obviously why some of the junior stocks have come off.
And that wraps up our coverage from the Vancouver Cambridge House Show. Our next stop is the IPMI in San Antonio, so stay tuned for that. You can email me your comments and questions at newsfeedback@kitco.com.